Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Lunchtime Goals with me, Wanda Martin, where we break for 8. That means for 8 minutes, I get to hang out with you guys and share with you one goal setting tip that's going to educate you and it's going to motivate you to go after your goals. Now, the reason why it's only for 8 minutes, that's right, 8 minutes, is because the University of Scranton, they did a research and they discovered that 92% of Americans who set their goals, they never achieved them, which means only 8%, that's right, give me the 8% sign, only 8% of Americans who set their goals, they actually achieve their goals. And so my goal is to get on here every Wednesday to help you guys to be a part of the 8%. Now we're just going to continue doing what we have done last week, and that is shake it up just a little bit by doing some Q&A centered around goal setting. And so what that means, I will allow you guys to submit a video question about goal setting and I answer it live right here on Facebook Live. And so listen, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you 3 questions that were submitted last week, and hopefully you guys can learn something from it because I know I did. They were great questions. So are you guys ready? Look, if you're ready, go ahead and type ready for me in the feed, in the comments section. Let me find out who's all ready. Yes, I love these Q&A. They're so fun and they're so exciting and so interactive. Okay, so our first question comes from Jennifer Wagner. And Jennifer is all the way from Virginia. So I'm excited about this question. So let's hear Jennifer's question.
Hello, Pastor Wanda. So my question on goal setting is this. How do you determine how much time and energy is spent on each of your given goals? We wear a lot of hats in life. We have a lot of responsibilities and just things that we have to take care of. So how do you determine how much of your time and energy is spent focusing on each of your given goals?
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for submitting that question. That was a very good question. And the reason why I said that was a very good question is because that was a time management question. And one thing I believe about time management is this. If you do not know how to manage your time well, then you're going to find it very challenging to achieve your goals. And so I believe time management is an effective skill that everyone should learn in order to achieve their goals. And so that's why I said that was a very good question. Now, Jennifer's question is this. How much time should you spend on focusing on your goals? How much time should you spend on focusing on your goals? Now, Jennifer, my answer to you is this. It really depends on the time management system that you have and you work in that system. You know, I know for me, I work on about 2 to 3 goals per quarter. And when I go to work on my goals, I work on each goals for 52 minutes and then I take a 17 minutes break before I begin to work on the next goal. Now, the way that I came up with that time frame is from doing time mapping, or should I say auditing my time. And what that means is for seven straight days, I audited my time to see where I'm spending the most of my time. And at any spot or in any area where I find myself wasting time, I took that time and I designated it towards me working towards my goal. So does that make sense? And so, Jennifer, just to answer your question, how much time should you spend on working on your goals? Again, it really depends on you. But one thing that I would suggest for you to do, start auditing your time for about 7 straight days. Start to find out, where do you spend most of your time? Where are you wasting time? And those areas where you're wasting time, you want to take time from those areas and you want to place it on the time when it comes to working on your goals. So again, for me, by the time I completed my time auditing, or my time mapping, I should say, I realized I had 52 minutes to work on each goals, as long as I give myself a 17 minutes break in between. And that is so important, because if not, you're going to find yourself running out of fuel. You're going to find yourself stretching yourself too thin and you're going to become overwhelmed. So you got to make sure that you take some time out to have that break in between working on each goals. And one thing that I also found out, when you give yourself a break, you come back with fresh ideas, you come back with energy, you come back with momentum. And so those things are very important in including how much time you should use when working on your goals. So Jennifer, again, I hope that answered your question. And if for anybody else, if you have any suggestions, any comments that you would like to add on what is it that you do, how do you know how much time you should spend working on your goals, go ahead and submit those in the comment section. But again, Jennifer, thank you so much. That was a very good question. Okay, so my next question comes from, I love this one. It comes from Paris Taylor. Now, Paris is only 13 years old. Can you believe it? 13 years old. She's an entrepreneur at 13 years old. She owns her own own business called Ooh La La Cupcakes in Maryland, and I'm telling y'all, she is crushing the East Coast by storm. I mean, she is selling cupcakes everywhere. Them cupcakes are popping up in everyone's home, especially during the holiday season. And so Paris had a question that she wanted to submit, that she wanted to answer during Facebook Live. So let's hear Paris's question.
Hi, Pastor Wanda. It's me, Paris, and I have my own business, as you know. Now, I have a question. Now, how do I prioritize all my goals? Because I have so many.
Thank you so much, Paris, for that question. That was a great question. Now, the reason why that was a great question to me, because again, that's a time management question, Paris, whether you realize that or not. And one thing I realized, and I said about time management, as I mentioned before, that time management is a skill set that I believe everyone should master in order to achieve their goals. Because think about it. It doesn't matter how many goals that you have. If you do not know how to prioritize your goals, girlfriend, I'm telling you, are not going to go far. But I love this question from a 13-year-old. I mean, y'all, she is killing it. She wants to know how to prioritize her goals. I mean, at 13, I wasn't thinking about having any goals, let alone prioritizing any. But Paris, let me help you with that question. So to help you with that question, I want to read to you a quote by one of the wealthiest people in the world, and his name is Warren Buffett. And this is what he said. He said the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people, they know how to say no to almost everything. I'm going to read that again. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people, they know how to say no to almost everything. And I love this quote by Warren Buffett is because it's so challenging. What it is telling us if you're going to be successful in achieving your goals, but also in prioritizing your goals, that means you have to learn one of the most powerful word that's on the earth, and that is no. That means you have to be willing, Paris, to say yes to some things, but also no to other things in order to be successful in achieving your goals. As a matter of fact, Warren Buffett said the best way to prioritize your goals is to do the following. Number one, he said to write down the top 20 goals that you see as a key to success in your career or to your day. Number two, he said you want to review your list and circle the top 5 goals that are the most important to you. Number three, cross the rest off of your list. Number 3, that's right. You want to get rid of the remaining 15 that is on your list. See, Paris, prioritizing your goal is about saying yes to some goals that are really important and saying no to the ones that are not important. And so a good way to avoid being distracted and so that you can prioritize your goals and so you can be successful with your goals, that means you cannot have too many goals that you're working on. So you just want to work on the top 5 and then cross off the rest. And here's again, this is from one of the most wealthiest people in the world, Paris. He said it will help you to prioritize your goals and it will help you to be successful in achieving them. So again, Paris, thank you so much for your question. That was a great question. Go and start working on your list. Write down those top 20 goals that you want to achieve within a day. Circle only 5 and get rid of the rest. Until you have successfully achieved those top 5, don't even think about the other 15. You want to work on the 5 first. Be successful with those. Prioritize those first, and then you work on the next. All right, so you guys ready for the third question? Okay, our third question, it comes from Kenny Johnson, and he is all the way from Bear, Delaware. So let's listen to Kenny's question.
Hey, Pastor Wanda, I have a question on goal setting. What do you find are some common issues that people have with setting and achieving goals?
Thank you so much, Kenny, for that question. Now, Kenny, I get asked that question quite often. So, it's no surprise that someone would come on here and ask that particular question. But Kenny's question is this: what are some common issues that people have with goal setting? What are some common issues that people have with goal setting? And again, Kenny, that was a great question. And yes, there's several common issues that people have with goal setting. Number one, they're not specific enough. And that's one thing that I'm notorious about stating. You have to make sure your goals are specific, because when your goals are specific, that's when you'll get it. When your goals are clear, that's when the results will appear. So you want to make sure your goals are specific. And most people goals, they are not specific enough. They're lacking detail. They're lacking more information. The second issue that I find that most people have when it comes to goal setting is that they set too many goals. And that is a recipe for disaster. Listen, you should have about 7 to 10 goals that you set for a year, within a year, and then work on 2 to 3 goals per quarter. That will help you to avoid being overwhelmed and burned out and just stretched too thin. But that's another common issue that I find that most people will make when it comes to goal setting. The third common issue that I find, Kenny, is this. They don't write them down. They keep them in their heads. My thing, look, if it's important to you, you should write it down. And so this is one of the things that I find that most millionaires and highly successful people, they have in common. They write their goals down. And so listen, if you want to be successful in achieving your goals, Kenny, make sure your goals are written down. Listen, 2021 is coming up. So do you have those goals written down? If not, you want to make sure you go ahead and jump on that so your goals are ready for 2021 and you're ready to hit the ground running. But then the last common issue that I find that most people make when it comes to achieving their goals or setting goals is this, and this one is very important. They don't review them. They do not review their goals. I love this statement, out of sight, out of mind. Look, if you don't see it, then how can you achieve it? So you want to make sure that you review your goals on a daily basis. Write it down, place them in a frame, put them on your desk, put them on your screensaver, on your computer, your iPhone, your laptop, your mobile device, whatever you have to do. Record yourself saying your goals. Whatever you have to do, make sure you review your goals daily. Because if not, you will find yourself losing passion, losing momentum, losing drive, and then just really not even really going after that particular goal. So those are some of the common issues that I find, Kenny, that most people make when it comes to goal setting. So hopefully you're not doing any of those issues, that you're on the right track and that you're being successful in achieving your goals. But thank you so much, Kenny, for submitting that question. Hey, God bless. Well, you guys, that is about it for our time today. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed those questions. I know that I did. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to submit them to info@wandamartin.org. And who knows, I may use your question next week as we do part 4 of Q&A centered around goal setting. Now, before we close out, hey, I have a special announcement for you. Listen, I am having my next Go for the Goal workshop that is coming up in January. Now, this is something that I do every year at the beginning of every year, and these seats, they go pretty fast because most people at that time, when it comes to the month of January, they're already thinking about what goals they want to set and achieve for that entire year. And so my beginning of the year goal setting webinar, it is coming up. You see the flyer right there on the screen. Listen, you want to go ahead and register for this workshop. It is only $99. And I have a lot of things that I'm offering this year that I've never offered before. And so for an example, for $99, what it will include would be your access to the workshop, so it will reserve your seat. But also you will receive a goal setting digital manual, which is valued at $59. Then also you'll receive a free 30 minutes coaching and accountability session with me to help you get your 2021 goals on track. Also, you're going to receive your goal setting reminder bracelet. You will also receive 10% off of a Go for the Goal t-shirt and also 10% off the Go for the Goal book. And so you guys, that's a lot of things that you will receive as a result of you participating in this Go for the Goal live webinar. And so I pray that you take advantage of it. It's something that I do every year, and it's a great way to get yourself goal ready for 2021 year. And so again, sign up. All you have to do is just go to www.wandamartin.org and you can go ahead and reserve your spot today. And then also, if you want some more goal setting information, hey, you can visit me on many different platforms that I have. Facebook, you can visit me on Instagram, you can visit me on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel. But then also you can go to www.wandamartin.org. Well, you guys, I think that is it for today. Merry Christmas to you all. Hey, have a safe holiday, have a great holiday. And like I always love to end, hey, be safe, be great, and be 8 all day. Hey, God bless. Merry Christmas.